I want to take a moment today to address something that a lot of people have been sending me emails about. It's in the news all over the place today, so I know a lot of people are thinking about it. It's the racist conflicts going on right now in Virginia. A lot of people have been sending me emails asking me what I think of it, and what do I think of how Donald Trump, who is supposedly my guy, a lot of people think that I voted for Donald Trump. I did not. I did support Donald Trump over Hillary Clinton, but that's not the same as supporting someone. I didn't vote for him. I voted for a third party. Supporting Donald Trump over Hillary Clinton is like saying, I'd rather have gonorrhea than AIDS. It's not saying I love gonorrhea. It's just saying it's better than AIDS. Or at least I think it is. I don't know about gonorrhea that much, so that's kind of what it was about Trump. I don't know how bad he is. I know how bad AIDS is. Don't want it. And Hillary Clinton is the AIDS in this case. Now that that's out of the way, I'm going to say my own personal opinion on what's going on down there is I find it abhorrent. I think most people know I don't support racism at all. I will tell you one little thing about me before we go any further. I am one of these people that I will not do what's best for business if it means people think I agree with them just because I'm silent. I know as a gun channel, if I wanted to run this like a business, and most of the bigger gun channels have figured this out, you have to stay silent on a lot of things because you're going to piss off half your audience no matter what you say. And in the gun field especially, you have to remain silent on a lot of things because you have to have all those disgusting little 15 to 19-year-olds, hammering away on their Xboxes and posting racist comments and all that other shit. You got to kind of appease them and not let them know you directly despise them, or else they won't sub to your channel. You have to appease the righties, the lefties, more the righties on gun channels, but you have to ignore a lot of shit just to be like, okay, I'm part of this community, and I just don't agree with that. I think that's garbage. I think they're such a tiny minority. They're just loud. But on YouTube, unfortunately, they make up a big portion of the population. YouTube is not an actual representation of the world, believe it or not, or of this country. So on YouTube, you kind of got to be quiet, or else you're going to, piss off half of your viewers on one side or the other, and sometimes even more than half if you don't, like I said, support the little teeny boppers. So your channel's not going to grow fast. But I would much rather my channel grow slowly from people who know what I think, know how I feel, and understand my position. I'd much prefer that than having someone that I find abhorrent think that I agree with them just because I'm silent. I have in the past let people know I am anti-Islam. That's not a popular position to take if you want to have subs. I have let people know I am anti-racism. And unfortunately on YouTube, that's not a popular position to take if you want to have subs. I've let people know I don't like this, I don't like that, etc. I don't like Antifa. People say, you're a liberal, so you must support Antifa. No, I think they're almost as bad as the racists. The racists are a little worse because they're hating on other people because of something that's out of their control. Antifa is actually a little not quite as bad because they're just love violence for the sake of violence, and they think they're hating on people for choices they made, not who they are. But still, in the end, violence is violence. And as far as the clashes going on in Virginia right now, where the white supremacists, the white nationalists, or alt-right, or whatever you want to call them, it's still just racists, where the racists are battling the Antifa people. Now, this isn't the racists battling the everyday people. The everyday people, the good guys in this, are staying out of it. They're not in there brawling. So there's really no good guy on the screen, because I keep looking at the screen and I'm like, who's the good guy? I can't even tell one group from the other, to be honest. It just looks like a bunch of fat rednecks slamming into each other, and I can't tell which side who's on or what. I mean, it just looks like a mosh pit at like a Shania Twain concert. I don't understand who's who or what they're doing or what they're trying to accomplish. I just know good, ordinary, everyday people aren't there doing that, period. So I denounce the racism, the racist completely, don't tolerate them, have no place for them in my life, will not support them verbally or through silence. They are disgusting. I will not have anything to do with the Klan. I will not have anything to do with any of these people. It bothers me that they are co-opting so many of the symbols of things I do agree with. It even bothers me that they are co-opting the Confederate flag. They're not Confederates. There is no Confederacy anymore. They're taking the flag that belonged to somebody else and making it part of their white power movement. I don't like that. I also don't like that they have the Gadsden flag all over everything that is part of our pro-gun movement and pro-freedom movement, and they're making it about racism. I don't like that stuff at all. I don't like seeing the Gadsden flag or NRA stickers right next to a Nazi flag or a white supremacist flag. Don't like it. Don't like that at all. And I don't like their views. I think they're disgusting people. I think they're looking for someone to blame for their own inadequacies. But also, I don't like the Antifa people either. Those two groups could just kill each other for all I care. If they said today that, hey, all 3,000 white supremacists and all 3,000 Antifa people that came to Virginia today ran headlong into each other, bumped skulls, and all fell down of aneurysms and died, I'd be like, oh well, big deal. So don't support either side. I do support the side of good, ordinary, honest Americans who aren't racist, who aren't a part of this. That's who I support. Now, as far as how Donald Trump is handling it, I just watched his little speech, read his tweets, and he's trying to walk a line, and I don't like it. Man up and say, I denounce racists. Don't say, well, there's violence on both sides, and we all got to come together. That's just playing the fucking politics game, and I didn't think you played politics, so man up. You're supposed to be outspoken. You're supposed to speak your mind. Tell us what you think. Denounce the alt-right, denounce white supremacists, or embrace them. One or the other. You don't get to walk down the middle as far as I'm concerned. Because I don't believe Donald Trump is a racist at all. And you just can't make me think he is. I see too much about him that makes me think he's someone who talks to everybody like they're a person. And reacts to everyone like they're a person. He doesn't consider race. If he did, he wouldn't say some of the harsh things he says about some people, because a lot of people be afraid to because of their race or something like that. He just says, that's a person, I disagree with them. So I don't think he's a racist at all. And I don't think he supports the alt-right or white nationalists or whatever they want to call themselves at all. Now, there are people in his organization that definitely do. And I believe he's letting them have their way by walking the line. Shut these people up, speak your mind. Like I say, he's not my guy, but I'd rather have him than Hillary Clinton, and I do wish he would step up and handle this a little bit better. So that's how I feel about how he's handling it. But to be honest, I don't support the violence at all. And in this case, though, I'm going to say I lay most of the blame on the racists, because I have been in counter protests and in protests before, and I know how hard it is to stand in front of someone you find repugnant and not punch them in the face. I'm a firm believer that I'm not one of these people that doesn't say, well, violence never solves anything. I'm like, well, really? Because I've solved a lot of problems in my life by punching someone's lights out. It's made life a lot easier for me on several different occasions. And I think it's made life better in general in this country on multiple occasions when good, strong people stood up and took out weak, awful people physically. So I don't say violence is never the answer, because sometimes it works pretty good. It's just shouldn't be the first resort. It shouldn't even be the second resort, but sometimes it does pretty good. So, like I said, don't think there's a good guy involved in what's going on in Virginia, but I definitely don't support the racists. I don't even support the Antifa people. And like the president, when he denounces the racists, denounce the Antifa people too. Denounce all those professional protesters that don't have jobs and just go around protesting and, being a-holes to everybody. Denounce them too. And I know they're not being paid to do it. I know people believe those fake stories that came out during the election. These people are getting paid $35,000 a year, and that's garbage. Those are all fake stories. They're just assholes being assholes because they like to be assholes, which is even worse if you ask me. If someone says, yeah, I play an asshole on TV, that's one thing. But if someone's just like, I'm an asshole for free, that's even worse. Which I'm kind of an asshole for free. So, but just like I say, don't support any of it. I know there's been a really long, rambly rant here, but it's kind of a complicated subject because, like I say, it's one of those wars where you're just kind of like, let them kill each other. But there's an underlying principle there that's more important, and that is racism in this country. I don't support racism in this country. I don't buy into this garbage that white people are so put upon nowadays. Bullshit. I'm white. I grew up dirt fucking poor. Was never put upon by a black person or an Hispanic person. Period. Never happened. They're not holding me down politically. I've been held down by rich people before who want to crush my businesses because I might compete with them, but never by a specific color or race. I've never had some of the advantages other people have because, they're rich so they don't got to go to war, or they're rich so they don't got to go to jail if they do something that we do as normal people. I see that problem. But as far as you blaming like blacks or Hispanics because you're poor and living in a trailer in Mississippi, well, you're probably your opioid or your meth addiction probably has more to do with that than any other person. And just because the person who sold you the meth was black doesn't mean it's a black on white crime. It's just bad choices on your part. So like I say, if you've made bad choices in your life, don't blame them on other people. Take responsibility for them. Start making good choices. The only reason I am where I am today, not to brag, is because I made good choices. I had lots of opportunities to make bad choices my whole life. And I made the good ones. Some of my brothers and sisters didn't make the same good choices. And they're in a totally different situation than me. We came from the same house, in the same county, in the same state, and we turned out totally differently because of the choices we made. So I think it all comes down to personal responsibility, but like I say, I'm way off topic here. So I just want to sum this up by saying racists, really bad, don't support you, don't want you on the channel, fuck you. Antifa people, don't support you, don't want you on the channel, fuck you. You know, all these people, if you're an extreme on one side or the other, I'm probably not going to like you, so get the fuck out of here. I don't think that's a secret. I've made that clear my whole career. That's why I lose subs every day and gain subs every day, because I there's so many people in my comment section that seem to be thinking that I agree with them on this. I'm going to make it clear I don't, and then they'll get pissy and unsub and, cancel their Patreon, etc. But like I say, I'd rather be poor with 50 followers than I would be rich with 2 million subscribers if they thought that I was the kind of person who would support the shit that some of them believe. So that's how I feel. I'm sure some of you now after this long rant are sorry you asked, but you asked, I answered.